Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. The owner of a historic diner that was destroyed by fire last week is now charged in the case. What we know coming up. Plus, we hear the call from local healthcare workers and officials in Chautauqua County who were fighting to keep a local hospital open. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's standing by with a look at our weather. Busy weather day as well, Dakota.
Indeed, Jay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is indeed a very busy weather day. Here's a live look coming from the Warren City Bank in downtown Warren. You can see the snow accumulation on the Hickory Street Bridge. The snow has stopped here in Northwest PA for now, but more snow is on the way. Here it is on First Defense Doppler on the 5-hour time lapse. This is not lake effect snow. This is widespread snow that is associated with a storm system that's passing down near Pennsylvania. The exact same storm system that threw severe weather down in the deep south last night. Not uncommon. This is the core of the fall tornado season down there, so not uncommon for that. And it's not uncommon for widespread snow, obviously, this time of the year. So this winter weather advisory stays in effect until 4 o'clock this afternoon for basically the entire southern tier. That's for the widespread snow. The Weather Service this morning also issued a winter storm watch for Chautauqua and Erie counties, and this is for potential for heavy lake effect snow setting up tonight and then going into Wednesday and Thursday. That goes until 7 a.m. Thursday, and of course we'll give you all the details on that a little bit later on. 4 more days to go until the winter solstice. It's at 11:19 p.m. on Saturday. That's when we officially start winter. So hour by hour through the day, temperatures hovering around 30 degrees. That widespread snow will continue, but it will start to taper off as we go through the day. But cold, lake effect snow, all in that order. We'll talk about it in a few. Justin?
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you very much. Our top story, the owner of the Mayville Diner has been charged with arson in the case of a fire that destroyed that historic restaurant last week. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office tells us that 40-year-old Michael Ellis is charged with third-degree arson. That a Class C felony. Ellis was arraigned under the centralized arraignment program this morning. Deputies say he was released due to the new bail reform laws passed by New York State. Now, historian Devin Taylor says that historic dining car was built at a factory in Silver Creek before it was shipped to Mayville in the early 1950s. Since then, the building has been renovated several times. Now, this was not the first fire at that location, although most before were minor. The building, as you see from that video, was a total loss. And we're working to learn more about a crash that shut down Interstate 86 in the town of Cold Spring this morning. I-86 westbound was closed beyond Route 394 in the town of Cold Spring to West Main Street in the town of Randolph due to a tractor-trailer crash just before 6:30 a.m. Crews worked to clear the scene this morning. Now, video from our storm interceptor shows that the truck was pretty much buried in the median there. No word if the driver was injured in that crash. We'll continue to keep you updated. Well, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo wants to ban drugs that mimic the deadly synthetic opioid fentanyl. The Democrat made that announcement yesterday. While some fentanyl analogs are prohibited by federal government-controlled substance schedule, they're not listed in New York's. That loophole prevents prosecution unless the fentanyl analog is mixed with a banned substance. Now, legislation banning fentanyl analogs will be the second proposal of his 2020 state agenda. He says he'll also propose a series of actions to expand medication-assisted treatments of opioid abuse disorder. Overdose deaths involving fentanyl and its analogs among New Yorkers outside of NYC increased 124% in 2016 by another 28% in 2017. Now, the proposed legislation will give law enforcement authority to prosecute the manufacturing, sale, and distribution of fentanyl analogs and to enable the state health commissioner to add new analogs to the list of controlled substances as they appear on the market. Well, a city of Jamestown native will become the Chautauqua Institution's next organist. Institution officials announced this week that Joshua Stafford, you see here, was appointed the center's interim organist for the 2020 season. Stafford, succeeding his mentor and late Jared Jacobson. He'll fill that position during the 9-week summer season as the Massey Memorial Organist principal performer. Institution officials say they're fortunate to have someone of Stafford's talent step into that job. Stafford currently serves year-round as the director of music at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in New Jersey. The former organist, Jared Jacobson, died following a vehicle crash in Geneva, Ohio this year. Jacobson was an organist and the institution's coordinator of worship and sacred music for nearly 25 years. Certainly is missed. But great to see a Jamestown native filling that role, and will be interesting to hear what he has to perform come this summer. Hopefully everyone is having a great Tuesday out there. Thanks so much for tuning in here on WNY News Now. Got to say hello to Olivia, hello to Corey as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to let us know what you're thinking about in the comments below as we head throughout these stories. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Coming up next, an update on this year's cold and flu season. But first, hear the call from healthcare workers and officials in Chautauqua County who are fighting to keep a local hospital open. Dakota.
And we'll give you a live look from the HD News Now cam. Just a few little light snowflakes. We're at 28 right now, but when you take that north wind to 12, it feels more like 18. Boy, break out those jackets because it will be feeling like the Arctic around here. We'll talk about it next as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Well, happening now, healthcare workers and local elected officials are petitioning to keep a local hospital open and running. During a morning press conference today, New York State Senator George Borrello spoke to the critical need to maintain essential healthcare services and jobs at TLC Lakeshore Hospital.
There's been millions of dollars that the state has already invested in this facility. To modernize it, to buy new equipment, and to just pull the plug is irresponsible. So to continue what we would call at least bridge funding until we can come up with a plan to sustain life-saving medical services in this community, that's what has to happen.
Now, 2 weeks ago, over 160 healthcare workers at the facility were told that the location would close at the end of the month. Workers say that geographic distance limitations and the potential loss of life-preserving specialty services in that community require at least a thoughtful and extended closure process that includes all parties. Now, the nearest hospital to TLC Lakeshore is more than 40 miles away. Well, cold and flu season is upon us, and there's some good news and some bad news out there. The bad news seems to be pretty obvious. It's cold and flu season. The good news is you probably won't get hit with both cold and flu at the same time. That's according to a new study published this week in the Journal for Processing of National Academy of Science. It analyzed viral test results of more than 44,000 patients in Scotland over 8 years. Researchers found that high amounts of flu correlated with low amounts of rhinovirus, which causes the common cold, and vice versa. That could explain why the cold and flu symptoms typically have different seasonal peaks. So while you may get both this season, but it's least likely that you'll get them both at the same time. Well, Dr. Google is in the house, and users flooded the search engine with their burning health questions of 2019. In today's Health Minute, Meredith Wood brings us the first half of the most 10 popular questions asked for Google.
In 2019, there was a wide variety of what we wanted to know. Here's the bottom half of the top 10 most asked questions of Dr. Google and our answers based on medical experts' information. Kidney stones are solid pieces of material that can form in your kidneys when you have high levels of certain minerals and salts in your urine. The Mayo Clinic says there's no definite single cause, but certain factors like genetics and diet can increase your risk. HPV, or human papillomavirus, is spread through intimate contact and is so common, almost everyone will get at least one type of it in their lives. The CDC says 90% of the time it's harmless, but the other 10% of cases can cause certain cancers. The American Heart Association suggests keeping a healthy lifestyle. Don't smoke, consume a moderate amount of calories, exercise. In some cases, it can be genetic. Unfortunately, there's no easy answer to this. It's based on each individual. But the U.S. dietary guidelines suggest anywhere from 1,600 to 2,000 calories per day for women and 2,000 to 3,000 for men. Once again, this depends on several factors. But the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism says, on average, an adult can break down one 12-ounce beer, one 5-ounce glass of wine, or 1.5 ounces of 80 proof distilled liquor per hour. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
All right, Meredith, thank you very much. Tomorrow we'll finish this list with the top 5 most searched health questions this year. Well, it's been 30 years since the first episode of The Simpsons aired. The Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire aired December 17th, 1989. The Christmas-themed episode is still one of the show's most popular. The series has won 39 Emmys and has been a major selling point for the Disney Plus streaming service this year. With more than 670 episodes, the show broke a record for the most scripted primetime series. Fun fact, the concept for The Simpsons was created in 1987 on The Tracy Ullman Show. The animated series isn't going anywhere anytime soon. It's been renewed through 2021. Certainly, if you need a good laugh, The Simpsons is always a fun one. Homer, I love him. Always great to make you smile and poke fun at some of the common things, too, in life, which is always great. Got to say hello to David. Hopefully, you are doing well. Hello to Pam. Thanks so much for joining us. Lori, good to see you. Rod, thanks for tuning in here on the broadcast. Hello to Wendy as well. Good afternoon to Raymond. And sup with you, Storm. Thanks so much for being here on the show. Hopefully everybody is staying warm out there because, man, oh man, is it snowy. Here's a look from our Chautauqua Lake camera. And I want to note, when I came in maybe 3 hours ago, it was completely covered in blowing snow. You really couldn't see out there. A little bit more visibility, but still not a ton. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's here to explain if and when the snow will stop today and what's the future of our weather. And later, a story that will get you into the holiday spirit, one way or another. Stay with us.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Pronto Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from Windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Let us know the future. I see what you did there, Jay. 34 degrees was the official high in Jamestown yesterday, 39 Dunkirk, 38 over in Erie. So hope you enjoyed this, because we're not going to see this for at least a few more days. So the snowfall that we've had so far, this is over the past 24 hours from spotters around the region. Northeast Pennsylvania, 1.8 inches. Ishway in Cat County, 1.5. Erie, 1.3. Dunkirk, 1 inch on the nose. And 1 inch was the favorite number from Dunkirk all the way down to Falconer. So again, not a whole lot of snow so far. We'll tack on a couple more inches today, but that's not really the bigger story. It's really going to be the lake effect that sets up later in the week. So winter weather advisory stays in place across the entire southern tier and, of course, Erie and Crawford counties, Pennsylvania, until 4 o'clock this afternoon. But this is the bigger story. Winter storm watch for lake effect snow for Chautauqua and Erie counties. This goes in effect tonight and will run all the way until Thursday morning at 7 a.m. So that means heavy potential. Heavy lake effect snow is on the way. You can see the widespread snow really starting to taper off, basically from west to east. This is all in association with that storm system that's passing to the south that also threw some severe weather down to the deep south last night. And there, unfortunately, has been confirmed fatalities in those tornadoes last night. But we're not having severe weather here. The air is just too cold to allow that. So this is the system that's going to take a track through central Pennsylvania and then right up into New England. And that has been our main system that's been impacting our weather over the past 24 hours. But looking down the road here, it's going to be the lake effect. So it starts to set up tonight. The snow will become lake enhanced first before it turns to complete lake effect later in the day. It'll be heavy at times, blowing snow. The wind comes up, so we'll see some blowing snow with that. A strong cold front plows through the region on Wednesday. Temperatures go the opposite direction, and with the winds coming up and temperatures plummeting, we're going to be looking at wind chills possibly sub-zero by the time Wednesday night. And again, we told you about this yesterday. So here's where the wind chill numbers are going. Again, wind chill takes into effect the air temperature plus the wind speed, the average wind speed. This is by 8:30 tomorrow night. Man, everybody sub-zero. 5 below Jamestown, 4 below in Mayville. Maybe right near the Lake Erie shoreline, you'll stay above zero, but still, that is frigid. And it's going to be a frigid start Thursday. Most everybody will continue to stay below zero. Most everybody, the inland areas will probably go above zero, but this is 8 a.m. as we start the day tomorrow morning. Man, frigid start. Here's the snow on FutureScan. You can see that widespread snow starts to taper off a little bit, starts to fill back in a little bit. As we head into tonight, that's when we start to see that lake effect start generating. Again, when you see these darker blues, that starts to indicate the heavier amounts of snowfall rates. That lake effect snow will continue tomorrow and then going all the way into Thursday. And then later on Thursday, the lake effect snow machine will shut off, and then we will be left with just a few left snowflakes. So this goes all the way until Thursday afternoon. This takes into effect the lake effect. So probably about 8 to 10 inches in this dark strip right in here. Again, right up on the hills is likely where this is going to be confined. About 6 to 8 inches elsewhere in this pink strip here. 3 to 6 would you work out to the east. 4 to 7 near Olean. So a lot of snow. I don't want to say a lot of snow, but it will be shovelable, it will be plowable, and this is going to be our first real hit of Arctic air coming our way, first real punch of winter. So temperatures today, inland areas, lower 30s. The widespread snow will start to wind down a little bit as we go into the afternoon hours. Lake Erie shoreline here, lower 30s here. Some breaks in the snow basically this afternoon, but otherwise temperatures still remaining cold. Here comes the next 7 days. 25, that's going to be the high tomorrow early. We'll drop through the 20s. We'll likely end the day in the teens. 9 to start Thursday morning. 19, that's the best we'll be able to do Thursday. Lake snow continues. And we start to clear out going into the weekend. And we're hopeful that with the snow, we'll get enough snow to have a white Christmas. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Sports is next. Don't go away.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Tuesday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. In this week's results of the NAHL's Stars of the Week, Rebels players Noah Finstrom and Seth Bergeron were named honorable mentions for the East Division's Stars of the Week. In Saturday's game against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, Finstrom finished the game with 1 goal and 1 assist. Meanwhile, in Friday's game against the same team, Bergeron posted a pair of assists. Jackson Everett of the Maryland Black Bears was named this week's top star of the East. Jamestown's next home series will start Friday night at 7:05 against the New Jersey Titans, who are in first place in the East. Sticking with hockey, with a 7 o'clock puck drop tonight, the Buffalo Sabres will be at home against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Buffalo is currently in second in the Atlantic Division with 39 points, 9 points behind the Boston Bruins. Meanwhile, Toronto is in fifth place in the same division with 36 points. The game will be televised on NBC Sports. Tonight, with an 8 o'clock jump ball, the 14-12 Brooklyn Nets will be on the road against the 6-21 New Orleans Pelicans. Brooklyn is coming off a 109-89 win against the Philadelphia 76ers on Sunday. They're also in 7th in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, the Pelicans are on a 12-game losing streak and have not won a game since November 21st. Tonight's game will be televised on the Yes Network. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, all Mariah Carey wanted for Christmas was a #1 hit, and it finally happened. Of course, Carey has had #1 hits before, but not for her beloved Christmas song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. The holiday classic was released 25 years ago, but it didn't top the Hot 100 charts until this year. The song has been covered by artists including Ariana Grande and CeeLo Green, and it was the most magic behind one of the most heartwarming scenes in holiday favorite Love Actually. Now, despite only topping out at #3 until now, Carey has cashed in big time on this tune. To date, she's made more than $60 million off of royalties for the song. And if you still can't get enough, look for Mariah Carey Is Christmas mini documentary on Amazon.
All I want for Christmas is you. Okay.
Well, that was tough. Somebody should have warned us about that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, really,
Throw Rotten Tomatoes at your screen.
It's a great
Whoa.
song. It's a great song to get yourself into the Christmas spirit, really. And
I mean, I will
so
admit,
many songs.
I will admit, I'm not a huge Mariah Carey fan, but I do love that song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really great song, and she nails that song. She really does.
Yeah. So certainly, hello to Joe. Hopefully, you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. Hello to Donna. Hopefully, you're having a good day and staying warm out there. Hello, Wendy. Great to see you on the broadcast. June and Brady. David has joined us as well. Hello, hello, hello. And no one really wants you to sing, Dakota, but I think we could probably do a pretty good cover of that song.
I totally understand. I mean, my singing sounds like two cats being mauled by a dog, so that's totally all right.
Your forte is more or less the weather forecast.
That's true.
Which
I won't quit my day job, people.
No, which
I'll promise
everyone
you that.
really is looking forward to, especially now that forecast really has such an effect on our lives. I mean, this morning, Interstate 86 was a mess.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Whew,
yeah, with the snow coming down and the tractor-trailer crash that was there. So highs tomorrow are going to occur early in the day. Look at the temperature sliding through the 20s. We'll likely end the day in the teens. Wind chills will likely be 3 to 9 above by the time the 4 p.m. hour comes along. And I had the 7-day up there, but for some reason, the 7-day won't come up. But again, we're looking at lake effect snow setting up tonight going into Thursday, and that's going to be our best shot of having a white Christmas. We're hopeful that we will get, there it goes. Thank you very much, Jay. You'll see, anyway, let's go back to this.
Look what I did.
Oh boy.
This is what
Jay
happens.
broke it.
This is what happens when news people touch the clicker.
Yeah.
It was being finicky, so I thought maybe if I hit this button hard enough, it would go back.
Yeah.
But, wait a minute. Can we go back to that?
Hit it again.
I got it.
It should come up again.
It should come up again.
Just hit it once.
It's here. I did. Okay. Well, son of a gun, it hates me. Animate, you. Animate. Okay.
Okay, all right.
There we go.
So that's the planner for tomorrow.
One more click.
There it is. So again, lake effect snow, there you go, good job. Lake effect snow setting up tonight through Wednesday. That's going to be our best shot for a white Christmas. We're hopeful if we get the snow totals that we are projecting, even with the melting coming Friday through early next week, we should have enough to have a white Christmas, but we'll keep you updated through the week.
All right, thank you. Alan says no singing, please, no worries. We'll keep.
I understand.
We'll stick to our day job, and I'm going to stay far away from the weather graphics because
we will not let Jay touch the weather clicker again.
No,
so
not very good at it, but thank you. I've filled in for you a couple times, and it's been okay. I mean, I've had our weather producers there, so they really kind of milked me through it. But all right, thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Say hello to Pam. She says, agree with Alan. No singing, no singing. Wendy, boo. Do you like our? No, boo about the weather forecast. Okay, that makes sense.
I understand that too.
Most comical version I've ever heard. Yeah, I agree with you there. We're pretty damn good. That'll do it with us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We leave you with this look over downtown Jamestown. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. We're back tomorrow with the Wacky Wednesday version. Can't get any better than this.
We won't sing.
We'll see you tomorrow.